Hey, what's up everybody? It's Gritty from GRT Paintball, and welcome to part 2 of our official GRT Layout Breakdown for MSXL Nashville Open. It's coming up May 16th through the 18th at Sharp Springs Park. In this video, we're focusing on the snake side, what you can shoot, where you're vulnerable, and how this lane can win games if you play it right. So we're about to get into it, but if you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I appreciate every single one of you all that are following along. Now, we already covered the D side, so after this video, if you want to go and check that out and see what's going on over there, we're going to jump in to this virtual studio. Here we go. Get a quick overhead look at the snake. Now, we're finally getting a cobra of sorts out here on the corner. So I'm definitely happy about that. This gap looks huge getting into the snake. So we'll see about that. But it looks like we may have some tape control if you're planning on lining up to protect that outside. So I don't know. Breakout positions and go from there. Yeah, so this gap here is huge. Moving out to this corner. So if you're going out wide, let's just take a look. Home has you all day long. So you either got to be putting paint in that bunker. Somebody has to be putting paint in that bunker. Or you've got to be reading where the paint's coming in at. If it's coming in at your feet, you're good. If it's coming in overhead, then you may need to adjust your lane, adjust your running lane. Now, if we take a quick look at what we have to shoot at from the inside here. Look at me over there on the screen. It freezes every time I do this annotation thing, so I haven't figured that out yet. So you do have the home. You've got the can. You've got the tower. I can already tell you that I like this side way better than the Doritos. Just from a laning perspective. Not a whole lot going on over there. But this is, you got a little more crossfield to work with from over here. Most of the D side was heads up, but this looks quite a bit better. So yeah, it's not like crazy tape control here. You got this side of the wedge, so as long as you can keep some eyes on that, I think you'll be fine. Got a little bit of that tower right there. Oh, that's the can. So you got the can there, you got the tower there, you got the home, all of which you can wrap on the outside. So yeah, Cobra does not look bad. Let's look at the snake can. Yeah, this is the gap that I was talking about. This is going to be a tough run. You've got your heads up play. Got a little bit of that wedge there. Now, if you listen to this, you're watching this, and you're like, oh, this guy's rambling. Yeah, I'm doing this real time. So this is my first impressions of the field. It's more so you guys can kind of get a look at what it will look like on the day of. Now, if we're looking D side, I think you're going to have a blind shot over this center 50 brick. You've got the D, I think that's the D1. Let's see if I'm looking outside. Oh no, it's gonna be D2 right there. Okay. So you've got D2. And then you've got a little bit on the outside here that you can kind of look out for. Now, again, getting into this snake is going to be a challenge. I wonder if there's a way that you can utilize this tower. I bet there is. Come straight up the gut and then dive low into the snake one. Might be an option. I'm not a snake player, so definitely not going to see me making that run, but that might be an option. Move up to the tower, get a look here. So you got some eyes on this knuckle on the inside. It's not much, so I wouldn't count on that. And then for the snake 2, you've got that little wedge on the inside. Looking D side, you got a little bit over the top of that wedge. You might be able to lob some over into turret there in the corner. So I'm standing here looking that way. You might be able to lob them over the top of this wedge here. Okay. Why is there a can there? That does not belong there. I just now realized that after this whole time. Somebody's going to eat me up in the comments over that. Where did that even come from? Anyways. Alright, let's take a look at the snake 1. So you've got the gap there. There's not a whole lot going on here. I don't foresee this being a spot that anybody stops at, other than to pause to get through this lane. Now, this is the lane that I talked about. If you watch the Dorito video, this is the lane that I talked about that a lot of people are going to have guns on. And you have to make a choice here. You either go inside or you go out wide. And that choice is going to be determined by where the paint is coming in. So if it's coming in back here, it's coming in back here, then you go inside. If it's coming in and tight, then you're going to have to fight your way out of it, but try to bypass that lane. So number one priority is that you check the paint lane. Where is it coming in at? Another thing to watch out for is a possible bounce shot off of the edge of this wedge, because I do believe from a certain angle it will bounce in to this S1. Now we can look at that. Let's jump up. I think it's from the tower that I saw that earlier. Yeah, so if you take a look at this, off of the edge of that S2 wedge. Now, I don't know that it's there, but it looks possible. Now, let's go ahead and look at the inside snake first, and then we'll jump to the outside snake and see what we can come up with. If you have to go the inside route, if you make it up to this knuckle, the snake 3, what do we have to work with? Well, you've got the D2, and you've got the inside of this wedge. So that might be a spot somebody's posted up trying to set a trap on you, waiting for you to pop out. And then if we move up into Viper, you've got the tower, you've got the can, you've got the turret, you've got D1. A lot of options at Viper on the inside. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if there wasn't somebody sitting here waiting for some movement. Okay, so there is the inside of the snake. Now let's jump back here. Take a quick look at the outside. Say we're in the S2. I mean, you really have nothing more than you had at S3. You still got the D. Just want to double check and make sure I'm looking at that right. Yeah, it's D2. So you've got D2 and you've still got some of that wedge right there on the D side. And if you're going to be in this snake 4, you're going to have a lot more versatility, I believe. You've got that wedge, you've got this wedge, you've got the center brick, you've got the turret, you've got D1, the tower, and you're going to have the can too if you wrap a little more on the inside. And then you have the ability to stand up over the wedge and play the outside. And then let's just get a little look at getting into their snake 4. So at this point, it's pretty well game over. So just a little recap. If you can get somebody out to the Cobra, do it. You need your snake support for this snake, especially with there being a double snake with the outside. You don't want your attacker getting ran down from the back. There's so many options to move out wide here. So we're putting somebody in here, and I think that the run we're going to see is here to the inside see if I can make that look better. And then into the S1. I could be wrong. I mean, you guys are fast out there. We'll probably see people getting in there. No problems. And you guys may be fine getting right in there, but that is a long, long run to get into that snake. And again, if you're trying to stop the snake, this gap here is probably going to be the best person to shoot it if you're sending somebody up the gut. And then alternatively, you have a gun up at this back center bunker shooting that gap as well to try to stop that snake from getting in there. So that's going to do it for the snake side breakdown for the MSXL Nashville Open. Let me know your thoughts. Chime in. Tell me where you're going off the break. And don't forget, guys, smash the like button, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and get ready for part 3 because we're going to be breaking down the center of this field and talking about how we can shut it down from the inside. I'm Gritty with GRT Paintball. See you guys soon.